Martin proposes to Stella to marry her. Martin is 12-year-old boy, meaning that he has no capacity to contract. So Martin proposes to Stella to marry her, and Stella accepts. But because there is that one element of capacity that is missing, the contract is void ab initio. Whatever they are doing, they are wasting time. There is no contract, and there can never be a contract, because there is no capacity to contract. So once any of the 6 elements of that make up a contract are missing, the contract becomes void ab initio. Yes. Then let's look at the second classification. The second classification is this classification bases on formation. We have what we call a simple contract, and then we have what we call a specialty contract. Yes, a simple contract is a very simple contract, which can either be written or oral, or it can be implied or express. First of all, what is implied? Implied means something accruing out of circumstances. Yes. For example, which example should I give you of implied to show you what implied means? For example, if I have been training rich advocates, if I have been training rich advocates for over a year and have not received any notice of termination, it is implied that in case I had that contract this year, it is implied that my contract still exists even next year, because that has been what has been happening. It has been the norm. So implied happens where something has been the norm. It has been the norm. If it has been the norm for you buying milk from Mr. Marach, you have been buying milk from him on a daily basis, whereby every day he doesn't need to call you, he just sends someone who brings the milk at your place, and then after, for example, a week, you pay. So that means that it has now become the norm of you buying the milk from Mr. Marach. Yeah. Can you wake up one day and you refuse to take that milk, minus informing him that today I'm not taking the milk? No, you can't, because it has been the norm of you taking the milk for now years. So it is implied that there is a contract between you and Mr. Marach. Whether there is any word, any offer, we presume that the offer is made by signs. We presume that, not by signs, we presume that the offer is made silently but impliedly, and the acceptance is made silently but impliedly. For example, you can go to a shop. And the shopkeeper knows that every day when you come to their shop, you buy a bottle of soda. So when you reach the shop, you hand in the money and they give you soda. On Monday, you take your soda and leave. That is a contract. On Tuesday, you still come with your money. You hand in the money, minus saying any word. You hand in the money, they give you the soda, you leave. The other day, you as well come. So that type of contract is implied. It accrues out of circumstances. Yes, and express, the word express means expressing yourself, and we express ourselves either orally or through writing. So express is where a contract is either oral or written. Yes. And then the one of speciality. These are contracts under seal, where it is a must for them to be executed in a specific form. I presume like it is in Uganda, that's the way it is in South Sudan. In Uganda, for you to transact, for you to enter into an agreement of transferring land from you the landowner to another party, the buyer, there you must fill a specific form called the transfer form. And if you don't fill that transfer form, that contract can never be executed of transferring the land from you, the seller, to the buyer. It can never be executed. In other words,